Bev LeBlanc, it's interesting to Bev that she's been a Toastmaster for over 26 years and still has so much to learn about speaking. Every time she hears another Toastmaster speak, she learns another way of incorporating aspects which helps her develop her presentation style. Bev is currently working on 4 different paths, and there's a story behind that. This morning, her speech is from the Innovative Planning path, Level 1, Evaluation and Feedback. This is the first speech from which she will deliver, the first speech from which she will take feedback given, incorporate it, then deliver it again in a few weeks. Madam Timer, Bev's speech is a 5 to 7 minute project. Please welcome our speaker this morning, distinguished Toastmaster Bev LeBlanc, with her presentation titled Visit the Spa. Visit the Spa, Bev LeBlanc.
Good morning, everyone, Mr. Toastmaster. Let's take a visit to the spa. When you've lived 6 decades, you tend to learn a thing or two about life, maybe even hundreds of things. What I've come to know is that there are 3 diseases from which many people, especially me, suffer. These are not discovered in a lab. They're not scientifically based. They are not diseases of the body. They're diseases of the mind. Now, we may have these diseases all at the same time. Sometimes they rear their ugly head individually. Over the next few minutes, I'll explain what these diseases are and if there's any hope at all for a cure. The acronym for these 3 is SPA, S-P-A. So let's visit the spa. S stands for stupidity. A definition of stupidity is behavior which shows lack of sense or good judgment. According to Mensa, which is the oldest and largest high IQ society in the world, only 2% of the world's population are true geniuses. Roughly 130 million people worldwide. Likely, the opposite end of the intelligence scale is limited to relatively few people as well. The vast majority of population falls somewhere in the middle. Most of us have sporadic moments of poor judgment or a lack of good sense. When it becomes a way of life, however, that's when you're in dangerous territory. There's a saying I read on memes or Facebook posts, I'm sure you've seen them as well. You can't fix stupid. I've even said those words myself. It is not true. People can fix excessive stupidity if they choose. How? Learn more about what you don't know. September reads all the time. Kevin is forever discovering new things. Richard is always giving information about different aspects of connections. Don't let a lack of knowledge keep you from being considered smart. The more you know, the more you will understand ramifications of your actions. And for heaven's sake, stop calling yourself stupid. Quit saying, oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, that was such a stupid move. Don't. If you instill it in your brain, you will begin to believe it. Perhaps replace stupid with clever or smart. Simply stop thinking of yourself as stupid anytime. In the words of Bob Newhart, the television psychologist, 3 simple words, just stop it. The P in SPA is for procrastination. Now, I suffer from this disease for most of my life. Almost everything I've had to do, I put off until a later time, until there's no option but to just get it done. Whether I was writing a paper at university or sewing Halloween costumes for my kids or getting ready to go somewhere. The tasks I needed to complete were relegated to later. Unfortunately, not only does this affect my frame of mind, it often affects others as well. It's simply not fair to others or to me. However, I'm working on it and I am a recovering procrastinator. How can you cure the procrastination disease? Make the decision now to not put off a task which needs doing. Take small steps. Maybe it's making your bed as soon as you get up. Perhaps it's doing the dishes after a meal. You might think about doing your income tax on time. No, sorry, that's not a small step. Save that one for later. By not procrastinating on a few small things regularly, you make it a habit. Just get back on the horse. Oh, sorry. You make it a habit. Don't fret if you slip occasionally. Just get back on the horse and get it done. Animus is the A in SPA. What is it you say? Does anybody know what animus means? Hold up your hands if you do. Okay, well, I do. Animus is a strong dislike, a hostile attitude, animosity. I believe the root cause is generally a lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, and the resulting fear. If we don't take time to inform ourselves about a subject, let's take going for a walk with your dog, for example. We don't often understand why they pull and tug on the leash, making your daily ritual unpleasant. Repeated episodes with your pooch can cause you to be resentful and declare a strong dislike for the activity. Animus. More seriously is our fear of other people and cultures. We often don't understand them, so we fear their actions, their way of life. In the extreme, the fear leads to dislike, hostility, hatred, animus. The keys to eradicating animus is twofold. First, learn, and then reprogram your vocabulary. Increase your knowledge about any subject, and you will often begin to understand it, which leads to tolerance and acceptance. Animus will diminish. How do you learn about a subject for which you have extreme animus? Easy peasy. Inquire, travel, read. And if you can't do all 3, just pick one. Start. Stop using the word hate, even in jest. I was 40 years old when I gave birth to my son, Jeff. As a toddler, he was, to put it mildly, a bit of a challenge. He would drive me crazy. And when he would drive me crazy, I would look down on him and say, I hate kids. One day, Jeff, who was about 4 at the time, looked up at me and said, you do not. Something in me realized I had to stop saying those words. I never said them again. I often say, I hate ironing, or I hate yard work. Can you imagine if I exchanged the word hate with love, how much better my mental attitude would be? I'm going to try it. I love ironing. I love ironing. I love ironing. I might get there. Do you have a spa in your environment, mentally or physically? If you do, I challenge you to change it. Get rid of stupid. Gradually stop procrastinating. Eliminate the word hate. from your vocabulary. I promise you, your world will be more positive and enjoyable. I promise you, you will have less stress and fewer problems. I promise you, you will look and feel better, both inside and out. Mr. Toastmaster.